All right, so if you haven't been sleeping under a rock, then you know that Joel Embiid won the 2022-2023 NBA MVP. Now, what if I told you, though, that he has some holes in his game that he definitely has to get better in next year if he wants to become one of the best centers in the league and bring this 76ers team to their first NBA Finals and potentially a championship? So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the top 3 things that Joel Embiid needs to do, and if he does these things correctly, the 76ers will win a championship. So number 3 on the list right now, we have Joel Embiid's flopping and foul baiting. As a 76ers fan, I gotta agree with a lot of people. I do not like when players foul bait and flop. And for me, I think that Joel Embiid is a good enough player that he does not even have to do that. And at sometimes when he does that, it's kind of just like him saying that his offensive game is not going tonight, so he's gonna go out of the way to kind of flop for him to get some points from the refs. If he cannot do that and just stick to his game, be dominant in the post, that is something that will really help him out. At the number 2 spot, Joel Embiid needs to start passing the ball more, because as a center, you're not required to do so. But there's times where Joel Embiid has the ball and his offensive game kind of gets stale, and he's just doing the same play over and over and over again. Now, part of this is because Doc Rivers was the coach of the 76ers, I think, and a lot of the plays were just very, very stale. So hopefully that can change with Nick Nurse, the new head coach. But for me, Joel Embiid needs to start passing the ball more to players like Maxey and others, get them involved, get more plays going for this team. And the number 1 thing by far that Joel Embiid needs to do next season that will ultimately help them win a championship is stop shooting so much jumpers. Shaq said it himself. He said that Joel Embiid in past seasons, not so much in the recent, has been dominant in the paint. His post moves is probably the best in the league, probably even better than Jokic, but at sometimes he just doesn't go to that. I'm not sure if it's because of an injury that he suffered that now he just starts to shoot jumpers, but there's a lot of different times where Joel Embiid can get into the post and just dominate in the paint, but he decides not to. Like, you're a 7-footer, you do not need to be shooting some of these step back James Harden type 3-pointers. Go to the post, see what happens. And ultimately, I think that Joel Embiid also needs to not score as much as a center. I don't think centers, especially at 7'3", are built to have such a scoring haul. I think this season coming up, maybe the 76ers get another star or something. Joel Embiid needs to score maybe around 27 points a game. That's all he really needs, because James Harden is a really good scoring threat. We saw when Joel Embiid was not playing in that Celtics series, James Harden had like 40-something points. Tyrese Maxey, when Joel Embiid's not playing, he goes off. So ultimately, Joel Embiid does not need to be scoring 33 points at all. At all. Run some more plays between James Harden and Joel Embiid. I like the pick and roll that they're doing. Ultimately, I think James Harden should kind of be the one that's scoring. Tyrese Maxey should be kind of be the one that's scoring. Embiid should be doing more defensive work. And I think if they could do that, ultimately this team should win a championship. They are a championship team. They just need a little more pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, this offseason, they need some more like pieces to go around this team, because they are a very, very, very good team. So with that being said, though, I think that's going to wrap up things. These was the 3 things that I think Joel Embiid should work on and improve on his game. With that being said, what do you guys think? Put it down in the comments down below. Just the Arch, and I'm out.